The situation in the energy market remains relatively stable. This is many ways the reason the oil market is trying to enter a sideways range. At the moment, the area of $92 to $94 per barrel acts as a potential price corridor. However, oil prices will hardly stay long with these boundaries. The European Central Bank is set to hold a meeting this week. The focus of investors will be on Christine Lagarde's subsequent statements, especially regarding forecasts for the depth and duration of an inevitable recession. Obviously, this will put more pressure on oil as the recession is bound to result in a lower oil demand. Driven by speculative moves, Brent crude oil futures resumed an uptrend. As a result, the quote jumped above $94 per barrel. However, the volume of long positions decreased again, which led to a reverse move. Based on the current dynamics, traders are guided by the marks of $92 and $95, which act as a variable support and resistance levels respectively. Although gold posted steep gains, its growth stemmed solely from a sharp drop in the dollar caused by the Bank of Japan's interventions. The asset gained a strong upside momentum and added 3%. However, the outlook for gold is still grim. The European Central Bank is expected to raise its key interest rate by 75 basis points, as well as announce severe, more aggressive rate hikes. Higher interest rates, in turn, will lead to an increase in government bond yields, thus undermining the investment attractiveness of gold. Thus, the yellow metal is likely to dip to $1,600 per troy ounce by the end of this week. Speaking of the Russian currency, Friday's drop in the dollar had no impact on the ruble. Of course, it's gradually rising, but this is largely due to the same reasons that promoted its early gains. After all, the Russian currency's gains are too modest. Thus, the situation is the same. The ruble's growth remains slow and progressive. Perhaps things will somehow change when the dollar tries to fall below 60 rubles. Moreover, this will most likely happen just ahead of the Bank of Russia's board of directors meeting scheduled for Friday. The regulator is expected to keep the key rate unchanged, and while a relatively high level of interest rates is another factor contributing to the ruble's strengthening. And that's all for now. We continue to learn developments on financial markets. Subscribe to our channel and follow news with us. See you soon.